right,
We
well,
back on?
yeah, we had some technical difficulties. This is space interference. I must have gone through a supernova, maybe a solar flare as I was flying through. Of course, Euclid Galaxy, warping back to our own Milky Way. But your boys here, we're suffering no interference, and we are live. We are live on the Monch Hours podcast. Where, I mean, that was the perfect opportunity for Jay to give us the pitch, but he didn't. Actually, Jay, give us the pitch, bro. Let me hear from your. Let me hear Jay say it. I don't think I've heard Jay say it. Say that. Let's go. Let's hear it.
I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. What are you talking about, pitch?
I mean, like
What
our
are we doing?
intro. Our intro.
Oh, I don't know what we're even talking about today. You said
No,
we
no.
got
Like, welcome to
DBs.
welcome to the welcome to that part.
Oh,
The
I
tagline.
can't take that.
Come on, I want to hear
Welcome
it.
to the Monch Hours.
Come
I don't
on,
even know
let's
what to say,
go.
dude. Can't put me on the spot like that. First, you got no mic. I'm just over here chilling, and then all of a sudden you're panicking.
I was actually not panicking. I was cool, calm, and collected under pressure, as I always am, because that's me, Hansi. So, welcome to the Monch Hours podcast, everybody, where our mission is to appreciate all things anime and manga. Otaku vibes, where you at? That's the simplicity of it all, Jay. We just speak from the heart. Yes, I did have technical difficulties, but we are back. I mean, come on, it just shows you this is like a real thing, right? Like, we're independent. We do our own thing. There's no company behind us. It's just a dream team, baby. It's Jay and Hansi. Grandmaster Jay, send your tunes. Good to see you. How you doing? But like I mentioned earlier, this is an episode. It's gonna be pretty lax. It's gonna be pretty chill for the most part. I think what we want to do is we kind of missed out talking about the Chainsaw Man manga a couple of times now, so I think we'll put a little bit of focus in on that. But we'll go ahead and or place that near the end, so you can catch us without worrying about spoilers at the beginning of the episode. A couple things.
These words.
Hey man, it's Friday. I'm chilling. I had sushi. I had some sushi, had some Kira Nichiban, and I'm gonna continue to have some more drinks here. But we'll talk about that. Oh, what are we talking about? We're talking about Berserk. We'll talk a little bit about Berserk, a little bit about Overlord. Probably not actually Overlord, but maybe Dragon Ball Z Super Hero, because I saw that last night. She was hype. Just what we've been watching and what we've been reading, and we're gonna go ahead and cue the intro and plug in. But big.
From the deepest reaches of space, the boys are back in town.
Thank you so much, best friend.
And we've got an all-new lineup.
From now on, you're mine.
But more importantly, we have a show to run.
Welcome to the Monch Hours podcast.
Let's hear it for the great.
And we're back. We know the drill. Actually, UK drill. I know we were talking a little bit about that a little bit prior. So you know the drill. Let's hear some UK drill. Jay, what do you actually I want to hear your favorite artist of the day. What have you been listening to before you give us your brew of the week?
Dude, I always just go back to my sunshine reggae, dude. Revolution.
No, bro, it's the UK drill, man.
I mean, I do fucks with the UK drill, bro, but what I listen to a majority is not UK drill.
I'm just putting two and two together. My guy comes on Discord. I see he's got a Chelsea football team picture now as his icon, and he's talking about UK. Are you going to London, man? You're gonna be a roadman, man.
Yeah, that's the plan. Eventually, I'd like to, but no plan in the near future.
What you sipping on, bro?
I have some Sierra Nevada Atomic Torpedo.
Ooh.
That smooth double IPA goodness.
Ooh, double IPA. Yeah, Dippas and Trippas, man.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. I find myself, like when I go out, just in general now, it's like a thing of, if I'm gonna have a beer, I kind of wanted to hit pretty hard. Like, let me get that 9%er, right? Like, I'm saving
You'll
money.
get your
and
drink for $1.
Yeah, and I'm not having, if I can drink 2 or 1, that's like equals 2. I mean, it's like I'm trying to not get. It's different. What does the mood call for, essentially? But yeah. I'm actually drinking myself a Sculpin, Ballast Point Brewing, obviously, IPA. You already know that's a classic. Can't go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit, sometimes they have like little grapefruit to it. It's pretty good too. I'm not the biggest fan of grapefruit, but you know what? Summertime, tropical vibes. Can't hate it.
No, I hate grapefruit beers so much. I don't know what it is.
Oh man, I thought you were joking for a second.
I don't like them, dude. The grapefruit, that I don't know, it really like reminds me of that flavor when you like throw up, that acidic taste, super acidic.
Oh.
I can't do a grapefruit beer.
Maybe there's a traumatizing event, like a little grapefruit action.
Maybe there's a story linked to that. Yeah.
Maybe there's a story linked to it. I know I have plenty of stories linked to drinking with Jay, so we'll just keep that 4th of July under wraps, man. Keep that under wraps. But yeah.
Which one?
I know exactly which one. Bad things started happening bad 4th of July started happening when I met Jay. Or should I say good things? Good memories. They come with the good and the bad. It all flows together. But anyways, it's Friday, y'all. Hope you're having a good time. We are. If you guys are catching this on YouTube, you can check us out on our podcast platforms, which is Spotify, Apple Podcast, pretty much anywhere on podcast, and vice versa. If you're listening to this, you can catch the live and the recaps with video on YouTube and Twitch. So make sure to check it out. You can search Monch Hours. You'll find that right there. Of course, we got socials as well. But like I mentioned earlier in the beginning, it's gonna be a pretty lax episode. We're gonna talk about some of the things we've been watching, and I'll kind of go first here. Mainly, it's Dragon Ball Super Hero. Now I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I'd like to do a dedicated episode on it. To be honest, one of our early episodes of the podcast, we had our mutual friend Zach come on, which is one of the biggest DBZ, just Dragon Ball fans I know in general, for the Broly movie, or just actually Dragon Ball. And I would love to hear his perspective on, the movie. And I know he actually saw it. I saw it. Jay hasn't seen it yet. I'm gonna give him the pass. Technically, the weekend it's still here, but it's just happening. It's not my fault. He's not that big of a fan. I don't know what to tell you guys. Anyways. But yeah, I'd like to do a dedicated episode where we go in depth with it. But I will speak a little bit on it. And that was, just some things that are non-spoilerish. I think that this one for sure was like a fan made for the films. A film made for the fans. Woo! God damn. And, it's actually one of those. It was very endearing. There was a couple times in the movie while watching it where I felt like a kid again, and I even kind of like pumped my fist up a little bit, like, oh yeah, let's go. I was in it, and the movie theater was pretty full. Other people were super hyped for it too, so it's always a great feeling watching a anime film in theaters and seeing others that they're with you enjoying it just as much as you are. And I can't hate to that. And if you haven't seen an anime movie in theaters, I highly recommend it. They're always doing, even if they're not anything new, for the most part, I've seen Studio Ghibli films being replayed in theaters, and that's always a fun time.
Yeah, there's something about like an anime movie in the theaters, because like everyone in there is like you. It's like a safe place. You're amongst your people. You can go to like a different. Yeah, you can go to like a horror movie, and I feel like maybe horror it would be the same. There's a lot of horror fandom, but like you go to a Marvel movie, and it's not going to be the same. You got a bunch of casuals, but you don't really have casual fans going to like an anime movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not there yet. That's a good point. Not yet, at least. Probably not for a while.
Not yet. I don't know. Maybe it's getting there. Have you walked
Well,
in a mall lately? Everyone's
dude,
got
I
anime
just
shirts
fucking
on.
yeah, man, it's crazy. I just thinking about that the other day. Like I'm downtown and I'm like seeing My Hero Academia, which God, it's such like a bad thing to say, but and it's totally gatekeepy. It's totally gatekeeping ish, but if I see someone walking around in a My Hero Academia shirt, I kind of wince. I'm like, ugh. It's the fandom. You guys did it to yourself. My Hero fans, you guys did it to yourself. It's like that saying goes, I'm a fan of the show, but not the fandom. Just, jeez, man. Sometimes they just hurts, you know.
Why are you
But this-
describing me, dude?
Yeah, big time, Jay. But I mean, again, at the same time, it's awkward. It's not awkward, but I can't get over just years of. I mean, I wear my shirts like when I wear an anime shirt or something anime or manga inspired. I try to keep it like subtle, where if someone looks at it, and they don't know what it is, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a cool design." But if someone looks at it and they're a fan of the show or the anime, they're gonna recognize it and be like, "Damn, that's sick, dude." Then again, I have a freaking Son Goku shirt like blasted on my. So I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Anyways, it's just I guess the point I'm trying to make is, it's still hard for me to wear something like that in public, without thinking to myself like, why the fuck do I care? I have to like reassess myself. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I'm not trying to hide this like I used to for like 20 plus years.
For all your life?
Yeah, for all our life.
That's why it's even a thought in your head, because you're conditioned from years of PTSD.
Exactly.
No one can find out my deep, dark secret.
It's the word condition. I'm conditioned, man. I'm conditioned to like, hide this stuff or only wear it in, like when I go to a card shop or a comic convention or something like that. Not out in public. Not out on the town. Like, where was I? Oh yeah, downtown Ventura, hitting all the breweries, wearing my DBZ shirt. Like, I'll fuck it. And I'm super stoked, super proud of it. And it's a conversation starter for sure. I mean, again, at the same time, you meet people of your kind that way too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, how many people out there are just like having the same feelings as you, like have grown up with that just feeling I don't know, like judged for what you liked.
Yeah.
And it might not even be like anime. There's a lot of things people could be judged for liking, and then it could just bring you together, being like, oh, this judged group, like he's projecting how he really is now. He's wearing his shirt. Like, might inspire confidence in other people to embrace their passions and let that flag fly. You know?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I gotta look in the mirror and see my Chainsaw Man tattoo, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, what am I afraid? I'm not. I'm glad I have the support for that. I wonder if it's gonna get to like a point where kind of what we're seeing, it's always been around, but we're seeing it again big time with the Stranger Things hype, where younger gens are buying Metallica shirts, and it's a state of Metallica, oh, name one song from that album. Are we gonna be a point in, oh, My Hero Academia, name one character other than Deku or Bakugo or Ochako or
Wait,
All
there's
Might
other characters?
or All for One or Shigaraki or Todoroki or Jiro
Okay. Well.
or Mineta.
Oh, best genist, bro. Come on.
Best Genist, can't forget Best Genist. Endeavor. We got oh, what's her name? Ember? No, who's on? Oh, I don't think they're anime yet. Midnight. Gosh, man. And yeah, like that's the point I'm trying to make. Are we gonna get there, or if that's
Midnight.
already happening?
I'll get there. I don't know. Honestly,
Oh, that's a
I
sick
don't know.
JJK shirt. What's your favorite character? Denji.
Oh, best of friendo.
Best friendo. Peanuts, what's going on, man? How you doing? We're just kind of talking about if we're getting to the point in anime fandom as a whole where if someone is wearing a anime shirt, say for example, My Hero Academia, if you're gonna do the same thing you would when someone wears a Metallica shirt, and like, okay, you like Metallica, name one song, right? Oh, you like My Hero Academia, name one character other than Deku, blah blah blah. I wonder if we're getting
Honestly,
there or we're already there.
I feel like we've always been there. It's kind of, I don't know, when you're a fan of something, you're really protective of it. So, like, I mean, we both know, like, with sports, say, like,
Oh, yeah,
your
big
team, or a team just won the Super Bowl, or the NBA championship, or whatever. They're the top of the class. Like, they're the best team in the world. And you see someone wearing like a jersey or something, you kind of you instantly go like, are they a bandwagoner?
Right.
And I mean, we both know, being Lakers fans, we've had our runs, and I'm sure you've had it where people question like, oh, who's your favorite player? Like, or let's asking you, trying to like dig out if you're really a fan, if you know,
Vetting you, yeah.
like, yeah. And I could see that being. But going on with anime, you know, it's just I don't know. There's something primal about just being protective of what you enjoy, your passions, you know.
Yeah, Peanut says, personally, I assume that if someone is wearing a My Hero Academia shirt, they also have meticulously watched every episode in both sub, dub, and abridged. Absolutely, absolutely. I concur, my fellow anime enthusiast. No, but it's funny that you mentioned Lakers, Jay, because I straight up fell off Lakers. I don't like LeBron, so you can fucking quote me here now, take it to my grave. But I don't like LeBron, and I just don't watch. I don't watch LeBron playing, man. I just don't watch it, man. He's a good. Yeah, is he one of the best players ever? Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't mean I have to like him, especially when he bows down to the CC fucking P, and you know how that goes. But that's neither here or there. I was originally
We're going political.
I was originally talking about Dragon Ball Superhero, and what I will say again, I guess I can't really talk about it in depth other than what you already know about it, and that of course is the trailer and the promotional material shows Piccolo and Gohan taking the limelight. And I will say that does happen. And if you are a fan of Piccolo and Gohan, which I am, then this is definitely a must-watch film. I think it's safe to say that everyone, most if not all, Dragon Ball fans are still somewhat salty at the fact that Gohan was supposed to be the prodigal son, however you say that fucking word, and take the mantle of the new main character to carry on the DBZ, Dragon Ball lineage, but was made into freaking not even Teen Gohan. Was it Teen Gohan? Freaking Great Saiya, man. I mean, it was pretty funny, but just cast aside.
Hey, bro, we never know. He might be the prodigal son. However, yeah.
He is the prodigal son, but he just
the story is like,
bro, okay,
the prodigal son falls off and then returns home. This could be his return.
I mean, if you watch the movie, you'll see. I'm not gonna say anything about it. The movie does a very great job highlighting, showcasing Piccolo and Gohan. But in that aspect, you know, I'm reading the Dragon Ball Super manga currently, and fuck, man, Moro is a slog to get through. That arc is freaking rough. And again, I don't think Gohan shows up, and does he even go Super Saiyan? I don't think he goes Super Saiyan. He just gets freaking bopped, dude.
I honestly can't remember. I just know it gets worse as it goes on.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's bad, dude. It started off kind of cool. I don't understand how they have this premise of magic and it just falls flat. Like, I think, what was his name in the Boo arc, who was helping Babidi, the demon of hell, devil of hell? Burra, yeah, his magic was tight. That was cool. Where'd that happen? I don't know. Moro, flop. I just want to get past it. And there was a point where Vegeta is training in some planet and he still gets fucking bopped, and Goku again is here. Like, okay, I love Goku, man. Who doesn't love Goku? But At some point, you get really tired of like, oh, we're gonna die, and here comes Goku, late as ever, and saves the day and mops up the floor like one punch. I get it. That's why this movie is fantastic. Because that doesn't happen. That's all I'll say. That doesn't happen. Goku doesn't come save the day. So, super fucking hype. I actually kind of want to watch it again. I would say the plot is meh, but again, it is Dragon Ball, so the plot kind of gets meh after Cell Saga anyways. It's like, alright, it's just, what's the next bad guy of the week? Great fighting, great CG. I know a lot of people were bagging about the CG. It was good. I watched it dubbed.
Yeah,
awesome.
I wanted to touch on that. Yeah, so the CG, it's not jarring because it's different. Like it's 100% CG, right?
Yeah, I think. Well, I will say this: so it's 100% CG, except in the beginning, and I've never seen this anywhere else. So I'm pretty sure they recreated or remastered old scenes from the anime in traditional animation, like hand drawn or 2D, not CG, and it looked freaking awesome. Like we're talking about how Son Goku was fighting against Red Ribbon at the beginning. That was really cool. There's like a brief little intro where the movie starts off. For those of our longtime fans might know the Red Ribbon Army, and we're seeing the manga play through and the scenes from the original Dragon Ball run, but remastered. It felt like where it was General Red, General Blue, and that was awesome. That little recap intro just immediately put me back like I was an adult, and then that happened and I was a little kid again, like, oh yeah, let's go, woohoo. And it was so sick, man. This is a great, I will say that the fighting is not as good as Brawly, the movie Brawly. Jay, you need to watch Brawly. There's like a 45-minute sequence of just fighting, and it's fantastic. It's hard to beat that. It's Goku, Vegeta versus Broly, and then they fuse. It's not to take away from this film.
Thanks, bro.
Because that was like a pinnacle. That was like the benchmark, Broly. But this, awesome. Highly higher. I do want to watch it again. And it retains...
Come on, dude. We'll go.
Yeah, let's go. It retains that whimsical, like, original Dragon Ball, like, grand adventure, comedic, whimsical aspect that the Red Ribbon Army had. I love that. Highly suggested.
So it's, I'm pretty sure I gathered it's majority Gohan and Piccolo.
That's all I'll say.
Wait, that's all? You didn't say anything.
That's all I say, yeah. That's all I say. That's all I say.
Alright, I mean, Piccolo is my favorite character, so...
Dude, you need to watch it then, because Piccolo pops fucking off, bro. I'm telling you, man. A lot, Piccolo's funny as fuck in this movie, too. Piccolo's funny as fuck,
dude,
yeah.
Did you know, I just learned this recently. Dude, Piccolo is like 7.5 feet tall.
He's a big
I
dude.
never knew that.
Yeah, he's
Dude,
a big boy. He's tall, bro.
Yeah, well, I was like, fucking 7.5 feet. I had to like Google it, and first off, who puts the stats online? Like, this guy is 5'6". Like, these are fictional
well, they probably,
characters.
how they do, where they get one stat of one character, and they're able to like ratio them all together. And according to this, then according to our Dragon Ball, which triangulate this, position is this, so that brings Piccolo to a good 7 feet 5 inches. But
Honestly,
Piccolo
like that could stretch. So
yeah, Piccolo can. I mean, we saw him when he was Great Demon King Piccolo. He freaking grew like a giant size.
that's true.
What
is this true size?
sequence was hilarious because little kid Goku taunted him to do that, and he flew in his mouth to get the seal. I was like, dude, they don't do that no more. So good.
Oh, he punched the egg out of him, right? It's been a while.
No, he flew in to get the seal.
I'm talking about how regular Piccolo was born. Didn't he
Yeah. He vomited
punched
an egg.
a hole in it? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he punched
it's
a
been
hole
forever.
in. We killed the original Great Demon King Piccolo, and then he was like, ugh, I will live on.
Let me ask you this: since you recently have been going through like the entirety of the Dragon Ball saga, did it like hit more with the Red Ribbon Army being brought up, just as a fact that
100%.
it's recently in your mind?
100%. But again, I think the Red Ribbon Army is such a staple in Dragon Ball lore in general, because some of the most prolific characters came from Red Ribbon Army. I mean, of course, there is the androids, Android 16, 17, 18, Cell, Professor Giro. So even if you never read original Dragon Ball, you should be aware that those prolific characters are of the Red Ribbon Army. Yeah. Oh,
You're right.
shit!
I honestly...
Ghost Ivy, 6 months in a row subbing. You're crazy. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Appreciate it. I think you were going to say something, Jay.
I was going to. I lost it. I don't know what it was. I was probably going to ramble, honestly.
Yeah, no
It
worries.
wasn't going to be anything profound.
Yeah, just to wrap it up, go watch the movie before you get spoiled. And this is to everyone out there. I mean, you're going to hear, if you're not hearing this now, you're going to hear when it gets uploaded on Monday. So you kind of missed the ball. Maybe, I don't know. I would be super salty if I got spoiled, because there's cool shit. There's cool shit. And yeah, watch it. I think
I hear there's an end credit scene.
Yeah, there is an end credit scene. That's correct. There's an end credit scene, which is great. It's short. It's nothing profound, but it's definitely worth the wait to watch it. Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, go watch it. What have you been watching, Jay? I mean, I just went on for like 20 minutes about Dragon Ball, but yeah, let's hear it.
So I finished Welcome to the NHK. And I have to say, I really enjoyed that series. I think it was last episode I touched on it, where it, is the main character is a shut-in, a hikikomori, as they say, and so as the series progresses, it really touches a lot on mental health and just how people who may have a condition that a social anxiety, pretty much, it plays on that very well. I enjoyed that. So I feel like sometimes I have social anxiety. I'd rather, or it might just be a homebody. I don't know. I like to chill at my house, but I can just see and it makes you empathetic to these people who are at a point where just being in a public setting is just extremely stressful to them, to the point where they'd rather not even leave the house.
Right.
And it kind of teaches lessons through these experiences that slowly progress and build and just broaden your perspective, and honestly make you contemplate, at least made me contemplate, any judgments I might, unintentionally have about anyone else. It's easy to just see someone who's doing something that's different from what your norm is, and you'd be like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Right.
But we don't understand the whole story, what leads someone to that point.
Yeah.
And it made me reflect on just being more aware of any unintentional biases I might project on someone without fully understanding where they're coming from. And I don't know if it was intentionally aiming to do that, but I was well done.
Cheers.
I feel with just everything behind it, it's something that I want to read over watch.
You have, yeah.
I feel that's, if I'm going to begin it, I want to start from the source. And I mean, that's not saying anything against the film. Maybe the latest series that everyone hates. Maybe I won't watch that, but I don't know. There's something to me to this series that I'm like, no, I probably just need to just read it.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
And
If you like the film, like that's what I'm saying. If get a taste for it, get the appetizer.
I haven't. I've watched like 5 minutes of the first film, and I'm like, I turned it off because like I actually want to read it. I don't know what it was. It might just be just from what I've heard, like your description of it, and just images I've seen, like there's something to the still panels, and I feel like as anime fans, we're drawn to the moving image, but there's a lot that can be portrayed in just stillness in general, and manga does a great job at that. It's comic books in general, they, or good ones at least, can allow you to fill in the blanks, and you're guided along like a track, but your imagination can almost make it better than any animation studio can fulfill. And I don't know, there's a, I guess it's a mystique to Berserk for me, that if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it in the manga form. So I'll eventually get there, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I will agree 100% to everything you are saying, and Berserk especially is, I think, one of the toppest examples of where the manga is just unfathomable in terms of what you're actually seeing on a page and realizing, holy shit, someone drew this. Like there's the story of where Kentaro, was given a tablet or bigger, some software where it allowed him essentially, as his editor wanted it to make him draw quicker, which it did, but he ended up taking just as long because he said, wow, I can actually put more detail into my drawings now. For example, the reveal of Zod in Berserk manga, it's almost like you can put your fingers on the tufts of his fur and feel it. That's how crazy it is. And just that presence is masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. But you have to, read all the bad that goes with it and the good. But yeah, that's Berserk.
Yeah, I'll eventually get there. There's also, I think, the fact that the anime series won't cover it all. That I'm like, oh well, if I start it, I'm gonna end up reading it. I might as well just start reading it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because it's not gonna complete the series, seeing as it's not even over. So I'm like, I might as well just read it.
Might as well read it. And while we're talking about reading, before we get out of hand again, I think we're going to jump into the Chainsaw Man manga. We're going to get into it finally. So here, everybody, this is your warning. I know you're in the chat. I know everyone's vibing in chat right now. We got Sunny, we got Peanuts, we got Ivy, we got Century Tunes, the rest of the Monch Mob. If you have not read Chainsaw Man Part 2 and you do not want to be spoiled, this is your exit
now.
Scenario. This is your liftoff. We will see you on the next episode.
Mic off.
Oops.
Mic on.
We'll see you in the next episode, and it's that time. It's that time. I know it's sad. It's sad for everybody to go away, but we gotta respect it, man. We gotta respect it. So I put it on at the end of the episode. I appreciate you guys. So if I don't see you after the fact, thank you so much for tuning in for this. Again, if you're listening on the podcast, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you 2 weeks from now or next week. But for those of us that are reading Chainsaw Man and are caught up, this is our time to shine. I don't know why I said it like that. I was thinking of Halloween, like spooky. Okay,
So,
I'll give you a
season,
countdown.
bro.
5, spooky ooky, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chainsaw Man. Let's go! Dude, how sick is Yoru Nasa, bro? Let's just start there. Let's just start with the two new main characters we got on this freaking series.
Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
Is he one of them?
Oh,
I feel
Chainsaw
like
Man? No, he's
Chainsaw
not.
Man's. I feel like he's new shit. We're finally just seeing him for the first time.
What?
You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? You lost me. This is some elaborate joke?
In the part 2, sorry.
Oh, my bad.
He's been
Yes, it
he's
has
been
been a fucking
absent.
long time. Yeah, Denji's been fucking absent. Yeah.
Yeah. Have we even seen Denji?
What did Chainsaw Man is Denji? Why are you?
I know, but have we seen Denji version? We've seen Chainsaw Man version. We've
okay, I get where you're saying semantics. I can have them one and the same.
Oh, okay, sorry. Didn't mean to offend you over here.
I
But
am offended.
I like the build up to, since I'm on the absence of Chainsaw Man, I like how they presented they built up the anticipation for his entrance, and
Massively.
I'm trying to recap real quick from this latest chapter. He didn't even show up until the very end, which it really gave like good character development for these characters that I'm assuming are going to become. Well, one of them I know for a fact is going to be like one of our main antagonists in this part 2 series. But yeah, we got a lot of good just development in the character, and without spoiling anything, you're getting to
I'm not
understand.
spoiling anything. This is for people that caught up, dude. This is spoiler
okay,
territory.
sorry.
Let it all out.
Okay, sorry, dude. It really made you feel for this character. Me personally, like reflecting on her backstory, seeing that she was kind of for lack of a better word, she was kind of a fuck up. Like she'd always, in situations where she couldn't mess up or shouldn't mess up, she'd mess up, and it was exemplified with her like always falling in moments where she shouldn't be, and that all. I mean, as you saw with Clucky or whatever the fuck the chicken demon
Bucky,
or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was Bucky, right? Yeah, Bucky.
Bucky, yeah, where she tripped and killed him. We just see her backstory, and it made you just feel for this character, and you see that she, in one of those moments, those dire moments, she ended up getting like her mother killed, and it almost the story wrapped around, and you see that she's kindred spirits with Denji, because in that moment she was going to save a cat, and a car was falling during a demon or devil attack, and her mom jumped in front and saved her, pushed her out of the way, got killed, and that was on her. So flash forward to this event where Chainsaw Man swoops in and saves her, and he sacrifices. I mean, it's pretty comical, the fact that he. And I feel bad for spoiling, dude. But as you said, dude,
not
Hanzi
spoil-
gave me
this is spoiler. We gave people a warning, man. If you're not caught up and you're still listening, it's your fault.
He said it, not me. So, but there's the ultimatums presented. Save the old people, save the young kid, and Denji sacrifices them both and saves the cat. And he's like, "There's a third option. There's a cat." But it really builds like, and we haven't seen any further, but just a kindred spirit that we're gonna see between these two characters. That, granted, she's possessed. I can't remember her name. If you could remind me.
Asa?
But was it
Asa?
Asa?
Mitaka? Yeah,
So
but
she's
Asa for short.
yeah. So she's got, I can't remember what.
War Devil.
War Devil. Okay, so she got the
Yoru.
War Devil who's has control in situations. She's basically the War Devil situation of Dingy. Well, I guess not because she loses full control. But you're seeing a similar spirit in these two characters. You know, Dingy in the beginning was not the most. He wasn't the character that you would want to be if you were in an anime. He wasn't the cool, you know, always on top of it. You know, he was living in poverty, like barely getting by. And she also has a tragic backstory. So the setup and delivery, it's been a pleasant surprise because I just figured, you know, it was gonna pick up and we just jumped right into just Dingy and Chainsaw Man action, but they really created a new dynamic that we're gonna venture into, and I'm excited to see where this takes us.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I reiterate everything you say. I will jumping on or piggybacking on that aspect of Yoru and Asa. So War Devil and Midika. I think Asa means day and Yoru means night, or dawn and dusk, vice versa. It's very good yin and yang. What I want to say is, you know, in the terms of like Denji, right, and of Yoru and Asa, we actually got a very, very interesting kind of perspective on the matter all the way in the early chapters of Chainsaw Man Part 1, in the difference between, you know, what is a devil possession or what is a devil possession. And when Makima first meets Denji, one of her cronies or lackeys was like, is he under the possession of a devil? And she says, no, if a devil is currently possessing someone, you can see it on their face, which we actually see with Yoru and Asa. When Yoru is just in, you know, her original form, she's Yoru, but when Asa takes over, we see the scars and the change of the eyes. So I thought that was a pretty significant, if not cool, circle back. And you know me, I love my little circle backs here, but to have that so early on in Part 1 of Chainsaw Man, and then to see it come here is, you know, Fujimoto does, you know, that's why he's one of the best. But I will want to say, you know, you pretty much covered everything I want to talk about, but in terms of some of the aspects we saw here, the Bat Devil coming back again, but a much more clumsier, sloppier one. Watching the movement of the Bat Devil chasing Asa as she is carrying Yuko, it's crazy to me how visually correct or just visually sluggish I'm seeing them, the Bat Devil chase them. He's kind of shambling about, crushing through beams and infrastructure to chomp on them, and it's just depicted so well. Of course, then we see Denji make his grand entrance fighting a cockroach devil who looks badass, but it makes sense. I think I would assume a lot more people are afraid of cockroaches than bats. That makes sense? I feel like you see on Twitter and people are like, oh, look, my little bat, like a domesticated bat, and it's like, oh my god, flying rat. I see it all the time, man. I see it all the time. If you guys, let me know. Are you more afraid of a cockroach or a bat?
Bat, hands down, dude.
You're afraid of a bat, okay? I mean, I am too.
Yeah.
I'm more afraid of a bat for sure.
I mean, why did Batman dress like a bat?
But we're talking about.
No one's Cockroach Man, dude.
Okay.
That's not gonna instill fear in anyone. Any
Yes,
criminals?
it does.
Come on.
Yes, it does. People are okay.
No,
why are people afraid of spiders then? Are you more afraid of a spider or a bat?
Well, there's a Spider. There's no Cockroach Man, dude. There's a Spider Man.
It's
There's a
Cockroach
Batman.
Man right here. But it makes sense. Let me tell you why it makes sense, because I think now, okay, say you are, when you critically think bats are more dangerous, right? But how often have you seen a bat versus how often have you seen a cockroach? So now we're talking about time. Someone's like, oh, a cockroach, a cockroach. I think that multiplies because, as we know, the devils get powered by the fear that people have of them, right?
Yeah,
That's why
honestly, I think I'm biased because when I lived in Hawaii, there was a cockroach infestation
whoa.
on that island, and I think I just got like just hardened by not even
Really?
caring. Yeah, I saw cockroaches probably every 5 minutes.
Yuck. That'd be gross.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's funny.
give me bets.
I've never. I say yuck, but I mean, I've never been one to like. I've seen cockroaches. I'm like, whoa, a cockroach, and I scoot it out, get out. Well, you know. But some people go, oh, cockroach, and they get scared. But on that aspect, piggybacking off that, when you mentioned that Denji decides to not save the dude or the car, but instead saves the cat, right? And then we actually, the very next panel over, we see no comment, no reporting of the people he failed to save. It's just in another act of heroism, Chainsaw Man saves a cat from a cockroach devil. Do you think that that was purposely intended because they have to actively downplay anything that can instill fear of a certain devil to essentially not empower that devil, right?
I didn't think of that.
Well, now you did, right? Just because, like, if they say, and it's an interesting kind of perspective on the matter, whereas we would see that as censorship in our day and age, it's almost like a needed censorship because anything that instills more fear only empowers that fear to be stronger, and then it's a cycle.
This is true, yeah.
Hey, Maya, what's going on? Nice to see you drop by. We're talking about Chainsaw Man, the part 2, last chapter. So this is heavy spoiler territory. So if you need to go, by all means, go ahead. I just want to give you the respect and not let you get spoiled. But I really appreciate you coming by. I love that we are barely seeing Denji come through. I love that we had the build up of Yoru and Asa and really letting them shine and seeing this friendship blossom between Yuko. I will say that this tripping thing, there's got to be something about it. She trips so much that there's something about it. There has to be something about it. There's more to it. She trips too much for there not to be some critical point later down in the story about her tripping. I just have to. That's what I have to say. Something's going to happen where this tripping is going to come in handy.
Yeah, it's that old. I can't remember what it's called in storytelling, but
Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun. Yeah, if the gun is presented, it will be used.
It has to be used. Yes.
Yep.
So we have this presentation here, and I also love how Yoru is constantly pushing this narrative of like, you can kill her, make a weapon. The weapon is stronger, has more strength if the person you kill is someone you felt guilty about killing.
That's pretty fucked up.
It's almost like this law. It reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist, almost the law of equivalent exchange, right? For a powerful weapon, you must trade a powerful emotion. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how this plays out because she hasn't, but one day she will have to, or maybe she won't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she will.
Yeah, it's his Chainsaw Man.
She will, bro. Yeah. You know, I'm looking at this the panel where Chainsaw Man is holding the cat after saving the day. So like one of the last panels, and just looking at this, it really is making me excited. This in full color and animated, because it's not gonna, like, a lot of times I feel like there's punches pulled on just how graphic things are, but when you think about a hero whose head is a chainsaw and who has chainsaws projecting out of his body wherever his arms, his feet, and he's just slicing away. Like he's just drenched in blood. And as you can see in this panel, I don't think there's a spot that's not covered in blood, and he's just dripping with this devil's blood. And like it's gonna be a wild ride. It's not gonna be for the faint of heart.
Is it a power? I agree with what you're saying, and I don't know who it is. I'm not sure if it's the CEO, but it's a very big wig in Mappa Studio. Said that he is a huge fan of Fujimoto's work, and an ideal situation would be for Mappa to animate every single one of his works. What?
All that today, yeah.
That's insane. This is I don't. We say this every time. Chainsaw Man's gonna break the internet. Anime's gonna break the internet. It's gonna change. We know this is gonna happen. We already understand that's gonna be like the fucking biggest thing for a long time. But just how big is it gonna be? We know it, but just how insane is this animation gonna be? How insane is it gonna be, bro? I cannot comprehend it. I actually cannot because even like Gigguk was talking. I didn't see the video yet, and I'm just getting back to watching Gigguk, but like his thumbnail was like, his video was like, this is gonna be crazy. Like this is gonna be unheard of. This is the culmination of like, I don't know. Words are escaping me, and I don't know.
And I'm gonna be just on the internet, just being that the manga reader guy who was like, well, just wait till you see what happens in the next season.
I do feel bad, then I don't feel bad. Some people are like, oh, you guys don't post spoilers of Chainsaw Man. And it's rough because that's all we've had. Part 1 ended like 2 years ago, come December. 2 fucking years ago. It's beyond usual things, I haven't personally lived through a series that's getting animated have so much hype prior to animation, but I'm living through it now. It's Chainsaw Man.
I'm assuming this is how like all the Attack on Titan readers.
Oh, probably.
How it was in the early days.
And it's rough. Yeah, I get it. Then again, it's not like Attack on Titan level spoilers, right? Like at this point in Chainsaw Man, we're typically at the same spot. Like the premise hasn't changed yet. Who knows what's happening? But Attack on Titan, like there's some freaking parodies and fucking I don't know, dude. It's insanity. I'm so stoked for it.
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man Denji.
The definition of insanity is Chainsaw Man.
I gotta dip that. Alright, I gotta figure out the what day it officially launches so I can start the read along a month to where we finish on the animation day.
Start calculating, dude. Come on, bro.
Crunch some math. But anyways, guys, Monch Mob, it's been another amazing week. I'm super stoked that me and Jay finally got to talk about Chainsaw Man. I think what I'll do is actually take the segments out and edit them and upload them separately just to keep it spoiler free for our fans, of course, for the Monch Mob. Thank you guys so much. We're over 5,000 downloads. I don't know if I've mentioned that in the previous episodes. It's been a long time, so it's just like honestly unfathomable. That's my word of the night. Just two dudes starting a podcast and promoting it. Not really promoting it, just doing our thing, and like here we are 2 plus years later, we have actually an audience. Like who would have thought, me and Jay, but we do anyways, like we just sit and talk sometimes. It's like, oh, now we're doing it and people are like super vibing with it. So I think that's awesome. It's a beautiful thing to have this kind of intimacy being small like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're on podcast, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, B1, we saw you come in. No worries, man. You missed it, but there's always going to be more, dude. There's always recaps for it as well. I will say this. September, get ready for the face cams to come back, man. The webcam. Get ready, man. I'm gonna flip flop back and forth between the VTuber and myself, but just get ready, man. Coming back, yo. Hans is coming back, baby.
No.
Yes, queen. So that'll be a nice little surprise. October is always hype, guys. You know how much we love October. Get ready to read some scary stories, some Junji Ito. Get the freaking ghoul and spooky on. October is the day, the month. I mean, come on, Chainsaw Man.
Grease.
Yes. What was I say? Oh, Mob Psych. It's just October 2022 is going to be the best October in generation. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time. Follow us on our socials, Monch_hours, and all socials. Just look it up. Be a fan. Be a cool guy. Chat with us. We'll see you next week.
We out.
Peace.